Whoever is born of God does not sin. And so many believers hear John say this in 1 John, and they get confused, thinking that it's saying if you still sin, maybe you're not really saved. But that's not what John is saying at all. So let's do a quick deep dive into 1 John. Give me about 3 minutes. This letter is all about identity. It's about learning to live from who you already are as a child of Father God. John was writing to believers who were being told lies about Jesus and about themselves. And back then there were Gnostics spreading some crazy teachings about how Jesus didn't come in the flesh. Others were teaching that you had to earn God's approval. But John cuts through all of those lies that those Gnostics were teaching back then by reminding those believers of what's already true. That Jesus came in the flesh, he defeated sin, and he made you brand new. You're a son or daughter of the Most High God. So when John says, whoever is born of God does not sin, he's not saying you'll never sin. He's saying your new nature, the part of you born of God's Spirit, isn't capable of sin. That's who you really are now. Sin no longer defines you. It's not who you are. Sin was dealt with once and for all at the cross. And when he says, if anyone does sin, we have an advocate with the Father, that's not a contradiction. That's the safety net of grace, because we are still going to sin every day, whether we know we're doing it or not. And whoever says they don't is lying. Whoever says they have no sin deceives themselves. John is saying, this is why we have Jesus. I believe this means that even when your mind hasn't caught up to your true identity yet, the truth of who you really are as a son or daughter of Father God, even when you act from unbelief instead of that truth of who you are, you're still covered. You still belong. Jesus still stands as your righteousness. 1 John is not a list of tests to prove that you're saved. It's a mirror showing you the truth about who you are. And when he talks about walking in the light, he means agreeing with that truth, with God's truth, that you are forgiven, loved, made new, and one with him. You're his son. And walking in darkness means forgetting that truth, living out of fear, like you're still condemned or ashamed or guilty or separated from him. We're all still learning to live from the truth that we've already received, that our true identity is a son or daughter of God. And we will continually learn new depths of that truth in this life. And as that truth continues to renew our minds, the Father's love naturally flows in us and through us, because when you know you're loved, you love others the same way. That's why John says we love because he first loved us. You can't love without first knowing the Father's love for yourself. So don't read 1 John as a warning that you might fall short. Read it as an invitation to remember who you are. You're not trying to become holy or righteous or pure. You already are in him. You're not trying to get to the light. You are the light in the Lord. And even when you forget that, you have an advocate who never does forget.